Australia, growing inside a granite tomb. Just as surely as there is life in Gleneagles Hotel and in your home tonight, these alien plants are living and growing now in the middle of a mountain, in the middle of Scotland, in the middle of this night, in the middle of this winter. We have already begun to blast our way into 1985, but tomorrow it will need hard work to make things grow in harsh reality. It's difficult to tunnel away unless you believe there's an aim at the end of it. The men who tunneled here had an aim. It was this. It is as big as a football pitch and as high as a 7-story building. They started at the top, tunneling to where the ceiling is. Then they drilled down and down and down. What you see of the generators is only the top quarter. The machinery is mostly down there. These generators make electricity out of rushing water. Water in a mountain? It does sound crazy. The men who did this were crazy. They had a sort of vision. On top of the mountain is a reservoir. 2/3 of a mile back out of the mountain is Loch. When electricity is required, water rushes headlong from the mountaintop, is generated into electricity and fed into the national grid. During the night, the generators do the opposite thing. They pump water from the loch back up to the reservoir above, so that tomorrow it can come crashing down again and create more power. It's neat, but it's more than neat. It's inspiring. Men invaded granite. They took on this mountain. They have in a lifetime turned this immovable hunk of planet into a moving creature that feeds light and warmth to hundreds of thousands of human beings. Human effort and a crazy adventurousness we call creativity have made negative forces positive. What was unique when Scottish engineers invented it was the double use, the second mile of effort. The way gravity is used despite itself. The power gravity creates by crashing the water down is used again to lift it up. Forces are used not against each other, but with each other. Why should we not achieve that in our national life? We inherit tonight from 1984 too many legends of goodies and baddies, too many fixed positions, hearts turned to stone, ideas trapped in rock. Why not transform the dammed up force, make negative forces of anger and frustration work with each other? Scotland has always been famous for its people, working men with a touch of vision, poets and thinkers who have struggled to make practical changes, people of grit, people of faith. Let us carry that forward. Let us take charge of 1985, control it, make it work with us and for humanity. When the inlet valve swings back and the water charges down and the generators start, the world suddenly seems regenerated, a fantastic, inspiring, possible place. The water swirls out into a whirlpool, then eases into the wider stretches of Loch. What Jesus said was this: if you have faith that this mountain will move and be hurled into the loch, it will happen. By God, our Scottish workmen did it. So can we, all of us. Even anyone who is alone or elderly or feels mentally at the end of the road need not be helpless. Everyone can face their mountain, live in it, work with it, with their spirit move it. There is a world out there, or at least a person or two, needing to be fed with your warmth and light.
Before Singing in the Rain, a brief word about programmes for New Year's evening on BBC Scotland. At 5:20, Paul Nicholas introduces some film favourites in Disney time. The feature film for New Year's Day at 6:10 is another favourite, The Guns of Navarone, with a star-studded cast headed by David Niven, Gregory Peck and Anthony Quinn. Andy Cameron, Una McLean, Mary Gordon Price and Peter Morrison answer the questions in Celebrity Super Scott at 8:40. There's a festive edition of Only Fools and Horses at 9:30. The main news is at 10, and it's followed by Alan Ayckbourn's seasonal comedy, Absurd Person Singular. The movie to end New Year's Day at 12:10 is in Marx Brothers' Duck Soup. This is BBC Scotland in 1985. And 1952 was the year they made our all-time great movie. It's wellies and sou'westers at the ready for what has been described by many as the best ever Hollywood musical, with Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor and Debbie Reynolds, Singing in the Rain.
Talking to you from the front of the Chinese Theater in Hollywood.